Hi everyone, this is Hamid Khan, and today I'm back with another podcast on SEO. So I've created this channel, and where I'm like interviewing top guests who got something great, who achieved something great in SEO, whether it's in like semantics, whether it's like links, editorial link building, or anything that overall contributes to the business success or growing a website in a search engine results. So today we're gonna not go that much deep into topical authority, like the content publishing or content network stuff we were discussing in my couple of recent postcards. But today I'm coming, or I've come with very important or interesting topic that I guess ultimately will help you to succeed, or you can say achieve the overall topical authority state of our website that we normally say in semantic SEO. And I have a very right guest sitting in front of me. And let me introduce the guest first. Today, Jabez joined me, and he's like, in a couple of minutes, he's like going to share his experience. And Jabez is the founder of linkvalidator.io and the blueprints.io. Is like his own link building agency where he's like helping clients build editorial backlinks and almost working in kind of any industry like SaaS, local e-com, and got some good experience by the way. And I was like connected with him and discussing the stuff, how he's like approaching link building. And then I thought, okay, let's hop on a call. Let's like discuss how it could overall help the website in terms of achieving the topical authority state. Because mostly people says that topical authority is just about publishing the content network. uh, I mean, yes, that's fine, but ranking is something that is like important, and links play an important role. So before diving into the practical part, or you can say some interesting conversation, I would like to ask Jabez to introduce himself, about his experience and main specialty, how he started, and how it is going. So Jabez, first of all, thank you so much for joining today, and would you like to please introduce yourself?
Sure. First of all, thanks, Amit. Thanks for having me on your podcast. And yeah, I'm Jabez. I'm from India. I've been I'm been based in Chiang Mai, Thailand for the past 9 years. I have learned all things SEO after I moved to Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai has a great SEO community, as most of people know, and I've been very blessed to have some really good people around me here who taught me everything from scratch, how to do things well in SEO. And my field of expertise is in link building, and that's what I learned here as well. And I've been, yep, I think, running the agency. I started off working under the link building department of some other SEO agencies first. I learned there and eventually moved on to build my own agency. And I've been running my own agency for, I think, for 5 years now. And we have a remote team of 24 people working for the past 5 years on this, a small agency. And yeah, we provide, so we have two departments. One is the link agency, the other one is our link tracking SaaS, which is called linkvalidator.io. What the SaaS does is it keeps a track of all the links that you're buying, whether you are buying from a reseller or you're buying from agency or building in-house. uh, we dump all the links in that tool, and what the tool does is it will give you keep you updated whether there's any issue in the link, whether it has gone from do follow to no follow, whether it has fallen off the cache or out of the index, whether it has the right for us page, or it has whether you publish a guest post and now the webmaster is adding new links to your paid article. So all these things are kept on in a check with our SaaS. So yeah, that's pretty much what we do and offer as a service.
Amazing. Yeah, great. I will definitely would like to come to some interesting, like how your tools are working, for example, or your agency, what the secret sauce you're uh, adding and helping clients achieving that kind of like results. So My first question is, what's your secret sauce of scaling a seven-figure agency from the start?
I think SOPs. The secret to scaling, I think, in my sense, has been SOPs and hiring. The second one will be hiring the correct people. We, I mean, link building, what at least initially and up till now hasn't been very technical. When you do like digital PR and Harrow, that's when you need a bit more advanced uh, writers and emailers. But for most part of it, we just need people who are honest and are proactive and can be accountable. Because we have a fully remote setup, so we definitely need people who are honest with their time and everything. So having proper SOPs and having people, trustworthy people, is the main secret to scaling, at least for us.
Yeah, nice, nice. And I would like start with a uh, very simple but very, I mean, trending question, and it's about, does link building still matter in in this era of LLMs, where LLM, SGE, ChatGPTs, things like those, and where you are getting results, I mean, through like some smart ways. Do you think there's some role that link building is still playing, for example, based on your experience? What do you think?
Before I answer that question, I have to confess that I have to be very careful right now what how I answer, because I'm talking to a semantic SEO expert. So I cannot talk any fluff and keep talking about about the magic of backlinks. But yeah, coming back to your question, uh, link building definitely is working in current stage as well. What I can say is, because the semantic SEO has shown that you can rank your articles even without backlinks. But in situations where the competition gets very, very hard and challenging, backlinks is what gives you the extra push. So I think you see it from a point of view of getting the extra push. If you're doing semantics, uh, link building will supercharge your machine to start scaling up faster in the subs.
Okay, okay, nice. And by the way, what types do you believe that are still, for example, have generating some effect in terms of positive effect in terms of helping a website succeed in the SEO? For example, is it like guest post, Herald? What types are go to at the moment?
Sure. We always believe for in link diversification. So don't rely on just one kind of link building tactics. Build links using multiple forms. Use link insertions, guest post, digital PR, Hero, image outreach, skyscraper, build linkable assets. So just focus on building different strategies for building guest posts, because building backlinks, because if you are just using one particular method to build backlinks, it will create a footprint, and sooner or later Google can track and find out that you are this is how you are building backlinks, especially guest posts. If you're only getting backlinks on fresh articles, new articles, if that's the only strategy you're doing, sooner or later that can be caught. It's leaving a footprint. So the best safe way to have consistent growth over the years without getting any kind of penalty is to use multiple methods for building backlinks. In terms of power, I think we start with link insertion and guest post, because we can use link insertions and guest posts for sending power to your inner pages, your product pages, your service pages. And then to build authority, we recommend using digital PR and Harrow, because using digital PR and Harrow, you can get links from very big media sites, media outlets, and that gives a lot of trust factor, authority, and credibility to your site.
Yeah, yeah, interesting one, by the way. So I would like to break this conversation into two parts. One would be based on how to start a link building campaign, or what's the like best strategy for going, for example, editorial links that actually connects with your overall objective, which is topic authority. So this is like the later part, and we'll go in depth, like your based on your experience, what are the steps or action that someone could take if he's like just starting out or has like done topical authority stuff, like sorry, content network is like published. And the first part, I would like to just for the audience, for the sake of understanding, I would like to ask or basically discuss some things like why link building is still important and why we cannot ignore it based on the current era or situation or age we are in. So you said that, okay, let me just give you one example, then we can maybe relate it better. For example, if my website is on speakers based on the semantic SEO framework introduced by Core, thanks to Core, I've like built a topical map around the central entity, which is speakers, and published some high qualitative or high, for example, some in high quality in terms of accurate and relevant information pages on the website. For example, 200 pages on the website around speakers, and now my website has the whole, for example, hierarchy or the content distribution, content publication on the website around a specific entity, connecting different attributes of that entity. So where do you think link building can play a part? Because you said like link building is like in some competitive niches link building is required. You cannot rank like just for by publishing good quality content. Google needs some signals as well. So based on your
Hmm.
experience, how link building can contribute here and how it can help that brand uh, generate more traffic, for example, or generate more leads.
Right. So, we can start with building your regular link insertion and guest post. That like how we do our regular link building, we can go about with that. But based on our previous conversations of that we were having of how from a semantic point of view, how we implement some of the semantic pointers and build guest posts and link insertions in a better way, that connects two pages, two websites in a much better and enhanced way. So let's say I have a men's website, and you want to backlink or you want to guest post from the men's website to the speaker's website, right? So so you're going to write a article about how to set up your home studio or home lounge, something like that, or a home office space, and things to, and then there can be different subheadings in that, and then you can have one subheading that talks exclusively in that guest post about speakers, and maybe a well defined description about speakers, and
Hmm.
um, then from there connect in a more enhanced way to your speakers website. This, I think, something we do similar, and a lot of agencies have been doing something similar already when they build guest posts like this. But now we just want to give more emphasis on connecting the two sites in a better way. And I think you can give some inputs as well of how better to connect two sites when linking to each other.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, first I would definitely back your point. I mean, it's not about if you see like there's like some relevance in that page, you just go and add your link or create a guest post. I mean, I would say the website selection, which is the like first thing that like based on my experience, uh, first of all, my priority is to like first of all pick that kind of website that has like more relevance with my overall topical coverage. For example, speakers. If I find that kind of website, that's a win-win situation from semantics point of view. So now, if there's like not specific website on speakers, because most of the times, like there will be like competitors who are like on speakers, not very there will be like maybe less sites who are just providing information on speakers. So in that case, maybe we can go one tier upper or go to some hypernym specific thing like accessories, like tech gadgets, or simply a tech website that just writing about tech. whether it's like reviews, like how to use like WikiHow, anything. So uh, now I think what I normally try to do will be to build some context. Like you mentioned, if you like website is about men, then you can maybe uh, help that website. Okay, I'll provide you a guest post on this topic, like best, like how to set up a studio for working, like for example. So then in that you can specifically target speakers as a context or as an entity, then link back to with your the root document in your topical map, which is about speakers. That's one of the thing which definitely works out best. But also we can say that if there's like already published pages, we can figure it out. Okay, what pages are could be targeted
Or link
or maybe
insertions. Yeah.
exactly. You know better, maybe like the link in sessions. So speakers that are like talking about speakers, we can maybe figure out which specific page we have like published on our website that can be get link from that from that page, not just like a buying page or some commercial kind of page. So this is best. And the guest posting topic you also mentioned, so I would also say that based on the other websites topical coverage, and based on your objective, for example getting some contexts or signals from third party sites around speakers entity, you can maybe suggest a topic that connects both websites and connect and serve as a bridge between both websites,
Hmm.
and then you can maybe create a context around those. So this is totally subjective thing, how to create a context. This is all semantics, you have to study a lot.
Yes, I think. What's your suggestion if the paragraph from where, like, we're coming back to the same topic, the example that we were discussing about speakers and getting a link from the men's side. So, the paragraph from where we are giving the link from the men's side to the speaker side, the heading, the H2 or the H3 above that, should have some of your main target keywords, like speakers that men under 30 like, or something like speakers that men like in their office, home office setup, something like that. Does that make any sense? Does that add any value in your opinion?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, we have contextual domains in our semantic SEO, and like coming in different knowledge domain, they're like contextual domain. So we can definitely figure out what contextual domain is already mentioned there. If yes, then it's good, we can get link from that specific paragraph or section. If not, we can try to figure out any contextual domain that could be contextually linked with that page macro context or topic, as well as with my specific uh, any document that I want backlinks for. So I think contextual domain is the main identifier. We have to like work on this. And it's like not about the quantities. That's why quality matters for a machine.
Hmm. For sure, for sure, I totally agree. Like, quality over quantity, for sure.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so what do you suggest for a website? Let's take this website as an example to discuss the couple of conditions further and help the audience to understand the go-to strategy or roadmap for getting high quality backlinks to support the overall topic authority. And website is same, talking about speakers. And let me just give you the business model with my source context is about writing about reviews of speakers or different accessories, right? Like
Hmm.
you can say some more gadgets like speaker, headphones, earbuds, etc. So this is my business model. I'm writing reviews, I'm earning money through commissions, and
Hmm.
I'm like writing about speakers, whole topical map for speakers, and then add another topical map for another accessory like earbud, for example. So what will be the like your go-to strategy for links building?
So, if your site is brand new and you haven't done any link building yet, so I will start with building some citations first in a very limited volume, because citations can get very spammy as well. So, just very few quality citations, very few but good quality profile links, and then slowly start doing insertions and guest posts in moderate format. I won't start with Haro and digital PR straight away. I will bring that at a later stage after 2 3 months of uh, building guest posts, building guest posts and link insertions. Now we start with what kind of links we target for link insertions and guest posts. It also, we have to also keep in consideration the our budget, right? So I'm usually I recommend new site owners not to throw all your budget into building links in the first 2 3 months. Even if you have money expenses to spend, don't straight away increase your link velocity. You haven't built any links, and straight away you want to hammer in 30 40 50 backlinks just because you have the funding for it. Just go slow, keep things natural, because if it's a new slide, if it's a new site, so the natural thing will be that it gradually picks on your backlinks.
Yeah.
So the thing is, po- initially by build backlinks in moderate quantity. Now for your prospect selection, I will look we use Ahrefs content explorer to look for websites that are covering articles related to speakers, headphones, earbuds, and we'll see, okay, these are the sites that have written articles related to these topics, and we will scrape the data from there and then start reaching out to those sites. When a site is new, getting backlinks from quality but low DR site works great as well. You can reach out to DR5, DR10, DR20 sites as well, because even your site has lower DR. Doesn't matter if you're getting links from lower DR sites, as long as the content that they are publishing is of good quality. So build from, I think this is a mistake a lot of people make, is that they, first of all, they will straight up start publishing a lot of backlinks, and then they only want high DR. I want only DR 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus backlinks straight from the start, okay, from the get go. I think this
Mhm.
is something, a misconception with the people have, that smaller, lower DR backlinks won't work. Lower DR backlinks from quality sites with good traffic and content work really well as well. So yeah, that's what I we will suggest for a new site. Our plan: um, build in moderation, gradually increase, and start from smaller sites as well, targeting smaller DR sites as well, and then gradually, as your DR, as the DR of your website is also increased, then you can keep on increasing your target backlinks as well, the DR of your backlinks as well.
Okay, okay, cool. I'll just come back to some further questions, follow-up question
Sure.
based on this. But one question I would like you to answer: what is the definition of quality link?
Quality link. Yeah,
Quality.
that there can be a lot of parameters, and I can only share a few. And I think different SEOs will have even more advanced parameters to justify a quality links. I would say I'll give you pointers of backlinks to avoid. I think that will be a good point to start from. Okay,
Sure, sure.
First of all,
Yeah.
first of all, avoid backlinks that don't have any traffic, or sites that have no traffic at all. Okay, start from there. Then you avoid sites that have injected or manipulated DR, because that's a very risky scheme, and it's not helpful. It's only good to show that, okay, I'm getting a backlink from DR60, but the back end of that backlink is very crappy. So avoid sites that have injected or manipulated DR. Avoid
Mhm.
sites that explicitly advertise on that site that we are selling guest posts, or we are selling backlinks, or they have the right for us page, or they have the guest post page that we accept guest posts. These kind of sites also should be avoided, because if you're getting a lot of backlinks from these kind of sites, chances are they can trigger a manual penalty. So avoid those kind of sites as well. Avoid sites that are filled with crappy content. If you're in the speakers niche, or less, and you're getting backlinks from a site that is just so mixed up with all kinds of topics. There's casino as well, there's gambling, there's CBD as well, then there is education and crypto. Everything is mixed up. There's no direction. There should be some direction in the website. So uh, that can be uh, avoid those kind of backlinks, or those kind of sites can be avoided. So here are some simple basic models that you can avoid, you can keep in mind to avoid the kind of sites for building backlinks.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. You covered, I think, almost everything. Like, it's nice checklist, by the way, for anyone. By the way, we normally say that in SEO there's no checklist, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but in some cases you need to have, you need to maybe some gather some pain points, like some important points that you need to check. So, but that could vary based on conditions. So, for example, one important check as well could be like, I normally, when I was like building links, right now it's like not much into backlinks, but previously I was like worked with SaaS, with worked with some good brands as well. So my main one of my main points was to see the published pages, the ratio between published pages versus the traffic. So for example, if site has like published 10,000 pages and getting like 100K traffic, and on the other hand website has like same amount of pages or like 15,000 pages but has traffic like only 5,000, which means
Mm.
there's like lot of pages but traffic is low as compared to the other site, which means those pages are very low quality. That's why
For
they're
sure.
not getting. So this ratio is one of the, I think, important as well. And one more, just I recalled back, is to check, I guess, the ratio between linked and referring domains. Like if one website is like giving out 50,000 backlinks to the other website on the internet, and the backlinks or the referring domain is getting links from is like just 1,000, which means the website is getting less links and providing more backlinks out, which is not obviously a good sign. So on the
Right.
other hand, which could we could say that that website is selling links, right, or guest
Right.
posts.
Right.
And on the
Right.
other hand, if the website, for example, has like less link domains, like giving out external links less, but inbound links coming are very are high. For example, we can say, okay, people are linking this website. This could be chance good example. And coming back to your one important point, like it's not important, I guess, to start with like guest posting, hero, and everything, and you stuck. Okay, you're not getting any results. You'll be like your morale will be, I guess, down. It's better, I guess, you mentioned like to start with some one foundational thing, because it's like important for machines as well. Like if you start doing everything like in first month you build 200 backlinks, and like the couple of at the next 3 months say like only 50 backlinks. This is very your backlinks graph should be linear, right? If I'm not wrong, what do you say?
Yes. Yes, and eventually your backlink graph should also match with your content graph as well. It should
Yeah.
match, something similar. You shouldn't smash 100 200 backlinks, but and you're only posting 5 articles in that one or 10 articles. So that has
Mhm.
to be taken into consideration, unless you are, you created an amazing SaaS tool or something like that, and where you are not concerned about publishing more articles. The tool itself is automatically getting backlinks. That's a different story. But if you
Mhm.
it's a content site, then you should, I think the name of the game is keep it natural. It should look natural. If it's looking odd, the
Yeah.
one graph is going up, the other graph is straight, then it's odd, and you're playing a very risky game then.
Mhm. Nice, nice, good. uh One question regarding, it's like A versus B. A is, for
Mm.
example, a website like Forbes kind of website, or website like Huffington Post. There's like website has like lot of traffic, but they're not very niche specific to your speakers topical
Yeah.
coverage. Versus there's a website who's like around 70-80% has content on text accessories, gadgets like speakers, for example, and has not that much of traffic, but only like 10,000 traffic. But on the other hand, the website A has like, for example, 1 million traffic. What do you prefer? Would you go for that high traffic website but less relevant, or would you go for more relevant but less traffic website?
Okay. Given a chance, I would go for both if I can get. But if I had to pick one, there are two scenarios. Now sites like Huffington Post, Forbes, and all the big media sites, they in most cases they don't link out to your product page or service page. They'll either link out to a very informational page, or if you are doing like a digital PR or hero, then you get a link to the homepage. Okay, so that's one scenario. And also those kind of big media sites, they build trust and credibility for your site. Now, for your other side that is totally talking about, exclusively talking about speakers as well, from
Mhm.
that side, my aim will be to get a link to one of my product pages, for one of my money pages, because that's passing contextual links juice to my main money page, because that Google will see that, okay, this one site is an expert about speakers, and they are giving a link to another expert page or service page or money page around speakers. So there's more value uh, in that link going to my service pages. So that will be my strategies. I will not take a link to my home page from that very niche, specific and relevant site. I will take links to my money pages. From other media sites, I will take links to my home page.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Amazing, amazing. That's also what I will do, by the way, if I was in your place. And okay, cool, cool. Okay, so I will try to, or I would love to jump into one specific type of link building, which is guest post. I mean, if you just give a rundown or step by step your approach, okay, for the same website, how you would go for guest posts simply.
Okay, so for your speaker site, our step one is prospecting. We use Ahrefs Content Explorer tool to find prospects, to find sites that are covering um, articles relevant to your domain. Okay, so relevant to speakers, relevant to headphones, or anything like, or earbuds or whatever. So
Mhm.
we first will be prospecting phase, second will be the emailing phase, and then then negotiating which sites can actually allow us to go ahead and publish a guest post. So that's just the initial overview of how the process will work. I think the second point where you can enhance with some semantics point of view is what kind of topics you're going to write now on those articles. You've got the deal, you found the sites, they are willing to accept your guest post. Now you can either go and create a very general guest post like we've been doing for very long. Just, okay, I got a uh, guest post opportunity, I'll pay them and write a generic article and add a link. But now the what how we can enhance is how we can think of creative ideas of adding more value, that so that even the guest post from where the page from where you're getting a link is adding not only the link juice, but also building more trust, and giving adding more value from a semantic point of view to your speaker's website. And maybe you can share your thoughts as well of how you will enhance the topics or quality of those guest post articles.
Okay, yeah, nice one, by the way. And I think from semantic point of view, if you like approach guest post, I will first figure out, like, there are like some quality nodes in my topical map. Definitely there would be. For example, if I'm like, for example, my source context is now changed. I'm like now selling speakers. So a quality node, for example, best brands, okay, best brands for best speaker brands for 2024. This specific round of post, like trending node, for example. So let's suppose this is my quality node. Now I will figure out how many quality nodes are there in my website, and based on the opportunities I will figure out, okay, what which quality node can be easily linked with that website. Okay, so first I'll like figure out the, based on the relevance, obviously the context, like then definitely I would reach out and ask, okay, this is the topic that I suggest, like couple of topics, then he'll pick, for example. Okay, so first I'll do my homework. I'll figure out what quality nodes that I want to get like backlink for from this website. And then it's not, I guess I would definitely not replicate the same topic. Okay, if I'm talking about best brands for speakers for 2024, I will not do the same topic on that website. What I will do, I will maybe pick specific sub context, or you can say some supplementary part of my document, and make like 5 or 6 child documents and then publish them as different guest posts. And from those, they will, for example, serving as a like content syndication kind of thing, and they will like getting linked back to my that quality node, which is about best brands of speakers like for 2024. I mean, this is the best approach. If someone can do like this, I mean,
Abs- abs-
it's like,
Absolutely. A lot of people make a mistake where they don't even monitor the topic of their uh, guest post article. Yeah, a common mistake will be, your article is about best speakers or portable speakers for 2024, and all other 10 guest posts are also on the same topic. So that's a
yeah,
very common mistake we have seen. So I think the bare minimum we can do is put some effort in at least suggesting, if you're buying from an agency, guest post from an agency, or you're using some other help, at least list down 10 or 15 supporting article topics, or that adds more value to your um, all overall topical map as well, and then have a diversified content plan for even for your guest post, and then send backlinks from there. It will add, my belief is that it will add a lot more value uh, to your website. Getting backlinks from same article topics can actually create a negative effect, or even create a footprint, and later down the path, if you keep doing it for long, can trigger a penalty as well. So that's something we should definitely avoid.
do you think there's a penalty based on low quality backlinks?
It's a recent debate, where they are, I think Google has been saying that we are almost on the verge of removing the disavow tool as well, and so people don't need to worry about negative SEO and negative backlinks. uh, so I mean, we have always avoided doing these kind of things, so I cannot give you a test result on that. But to be on the safe side, just uh, do things in a diversified and safe manner. We don't want to
Naturally,
run these
to make
kind of.
them natural. Yeah, to make them natural looking. Yeah,
Yes. uh,
yeah.
my take will be, like, at least for now, it can create negative effect, because Google says that we can find out and like not consider those kind of negative backlinks, but you never know. Google can land a penalty anytime, hand you a penalty anytime. So it's better to avoid than to test whether Google will trigger this or not.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess based on my experience, I think Google ignores low quality backlinks by itself, because there's like Google has to do a lot more crawling and extra work as well. So it will not just penalize you based on, for example, if yes, if your backlink profile is like 90% toxic, like all most of the links are very toxic, it could maybe generate some effect, but it could means we are not sure about like there's any update or manual penalty or even anything like that. So because there's some some in some niches there's like competitors also doing the negative work for helping
Negative
the
SEO,
brand
yeah.
about building links and negative backlinks. So that's why I think that backlink shouldn't be like Google in Google's penalty, I guess, a check like that. That's cool, I guess. So okay, based on your experience, what do you think like link insertion versus guest post in terms of maybe the cost, in terms of the time, in terms of the quality, in terms of the effort, overall benefit? What do you suggest, for example, or it's your go-to method?
Right, right. So in terms of cost, link insertions are cheaper. In terms of link juice kicking in faster, link insertions again will be faster because they are placed on indexed article. Our strategy has been, we start with a few link insertions, then add guest posts, and then balance them out. Some equal amount of
Mhm.
link insertions and guest posts. Where link insertions can be really powerful is when you can find websites that are ranking really well for your topics, and they are willing to give you a link in a very relevant article that's also already ranking. So let's say if you are getting a link insertion opportunity from another site that's already covering an article about speakers, and that particular article is ranking for some keywords or has some existing backlinks or has some traffic already, then it's of value. And if you can get a link in that particular article, that's going to be very powerful for you. Or if you can, even if the um, page is not covering speakers but something related to that field, and you have knowledge to bridge the gap, that it can be a page that's ranking for home office setups. They haven't mentioned speakers in their home office setup yet, but the home office article is already ranking for some keywords, is driving traffic. Then you can create a paragraph about setting up speakers in your home office and then add a link to your site. So in that way, link insertions, if you play it smart and well, you can drive a lot of value. But and with guest posts, the good thing is you can fully create a customized article and have full control of on the relevance and what you share in that article, so it gives proper value to your link. So both have their own values, link insertions and guest posts. I wouldn't say that one is better than the other. The only thing will be
Yeah.
like guest posts are a little bit more expensive usually compared to link insertions. But in terms of what I will use more or suggest to use more, I will say use both equally.
Yeah. And yeah, nice addition, by the way. I would like to add one thing here. Guest posts give you more control over the context. You can change the overall structure based on your objective. If your topic is, for example, again, or for example, if your topic is about like speaker best speaker materials, like how it is made, for example, how speakers are made, you can maybe create a complete guest post. Okay, what materials are used in making a speaker, then you can link to it. So you have, like, I guess in guest post you got the overall control over the context flow. You can control the direction of that flow. You can even add anything, for example, definitely based on your relevance and source context. So I would say guest posts give you more control, by the way, in terms of quality. But link insertion, definitely they are cheap, like time saving as well.
Yeah,
So it's better to have both, right?
yeah. Both in a
Nice.
in a mixed and balanced way.
Yeah, this is all we do in SEO,
Yeah.
balance. So it's like all about balancing page rank with other uh,
Yeah.
tips and tricks, and it's not like just about that. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so one thing I guess we should discuss now: anchor text. Like in a guest post, for example, uh, my page is about how speakers are made. I'm like telling from the history and then discussing the step by step process on my own website. Now, the guest post is about, for example, what are the materials used for making a speaker. This is one example. You can maybe use this example to help users understand the anchor text strategy you definitely
Hmm.
you normally approach, or you can go with your own process. It's totally fine.
Sure. First of all, we categorize the anchors in different categories. So that will be URL anchor, branded anchor, target anchor, miscellaneous anchors, and partial match anchors. Right. Of
Nice.
all these categories, targeted anchors, uh, you can say, are have more power, but they are risky as well. If you over optimize and get a lot of backlinks using the anchor text, best speakers, best this, best or top, that's over optimization of your target anchor, and that can trigger again, can possibly trigger an over optimization penalty from Google as well. So even though target anchors are powerful, we the goal is to use them in moderation. We use what we suggest is use a mix of URL anchors, miscellaneous anchors, branded anchors, and partial match anchors. Use all of them in a mixed and natural way. Then after yeah so once we are done with the distribution of categories, what I suggest is using long tail anchors as well. uh, they look natural as well, and have been safe so far for all our, even our personal sites. We use long tail anchors, and they have been pretty safe and consistent over the years. So for example, your article about best speakers, home speakers for 2024, I will say, okay, here's an article that describes um, the speakers we can use for this year, or some of the top speakers that this site recommends for this year, even though this is a partial match and target anchor, but still a long tail keyword. And then you can use more variation. Check out this article for more details, like miscellaneous anchor text. So a slightly bit more heavy on long tail keywords, and then you can go more variations on like one word, two word keywords, URL anchors as well. So that's my suggestions. And then you can give suggestions of how you can use some semantic suggestions as well for your anchor selection as well, especially when you're using long tail anchors.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, your strategy is, by the way, I was like also working on this. Like diversifying, I guess, is the key thing here. It's not using exact match. It's like not like 2018 or 17 SEO
Yeah.
so far. So, okay, so what I will normally do first, I will like research all the anchors to that I want links inserted on those. I will figure out those. Maybe it's like brand mad, maybe it's like naked or long, maybe partial plus keyword, partial match or exact match or broad sometimes as well. So then maybe I'll figure out, okay, I will like diversify the placement of anchor as well, not just maybe in the within the paragraph. This is the best, I guess. Like if like 4 line paragraph, if you're getting link from maybe the second line of the paragraph, I think this is the go to best anchor placement, right? Okay, so but I will like diversify the position of anchor as well. For example, sometimes I'll try to get link from h2s. Like if there's a listicle post written on best email marketing tools 2024, there's like h2s of all the tool names. My tool is like X. I will put anchor on the h2 talking about X. So this is how I can build brand anchors as well, the same way. Also the position is also diversified, so headings within the text, starting line of the paragraph, ending line, and also some images, or I think image alt text serve as the anchor text for as a backlink as well. So um, this is how I think it should be. And I think you should be like spending a lot more time on choosing which anchor or how much percentage you have used, which percentage you have used where, and not like that. Like if you're just getting a good site, you see, okay, this website is like more relevant, you go with target match maybe. Or if there's like site, a news website or media website, you can go for like brand match, because based on the relevance, if you're just using target match and that news website, it's like less chances you will be like diluting your overall context, because you are getting link on brand name. So brand name,
Mm,
getting link on brand name from a media website, that makes sense as compared to getting link
absolutely.
on from a keyword base. Yeah.
For sure. From media sites, definitely the first goal will be to go for branded keywords or branded anchors.
Yeah, yeah. Great. Okay. And the plan you mentioned, like starting the link building campaign for a new website, that's that's definitely a good one, right? But for an EMD, exact match domain, do you think it differs at some point?
I think one thing that will be important to be careful of EMD is because EMD already has a keyword, right? So you have to
Yeah.
even further reduce. I would further reduce using targeted or targeted key anchors when doing link building for an EMD. So we use more miscellaneous, use branded URLs, partial match, long tail, but very uh, like minimal use of targeted keywords. I think that will be the main strategy for EMDs.
And the rest of the plan is like
Can
same,
be
just the
similar,
anchor text,
similar.
just the anchor
Just that,
text.
just
This
that.
is okay. Yeah, yeah, good one, good one. And you see most of the sites getting penalized, they are like EMD, right? Like affiliate sites. You know, maybe that could be the reason they were like choosing a lot target match anchor text. So I think
Absolutely, yeah, that's a mistake we've seen also. We actually there was a client last year that had a partial keywords. It didn't have exact EMD, but had partial keywords in the domain already. Then it was an affiliate site, was ranking really well, and once it started ranking really well, he just wanted to go heavy, double down on his money pages, and straight up went into best keywords, best X, best Y, best Z. And twice I wrote to him as well, you are using a very risky strategy and it can get your site penalized. It was good business for us, but we have to see for long term benefit for both sides. If the site crashes, it will be loss for the client and we'll lose the client as well. And I told him twice that please cut down on your targeted anchors. He didn't listen, and after 3 months he did get penalized and he lost the traffic.
yeah,
So
sad to hear that.
definitely avoid, be very careful with using targeted anchors.
Exactly, exactly. That totally makes sense, by the way. And one thing I would like to add here, like the brand anchors, the importance of brand anchors. You know, it's like a debate. If your site, for example, if you dig in your search console graph, for example, you see there like queries ranking on like best speakers benefit, etc., etc. But there's like only 1% branded queries. That's a bad signal. That's a risky sign. Branded queries are like, you can say, if you have like branded queries, more branded queries, that's how you think Google is like, or user are searching for you. So if user is searching for your brand name and clicking on your website, this will like let Google know that this is a specific brand. This is not just writing for the sake of ranking. This is a specific business model, which is this website is operating on. So, but coming back to the link building approach, I'm like trying to connect with the strategy, right? So this is where the brand anchors plays an important role. First, Google will know, okay, this website, this like Google as like all the knowledge, you can say in a very structured format. Okay, this is the brand, this is the type person, and type person name X, and he's the like CEO of that brand, and the hobbies of that person. I mean, this is how Google is like in the tree format. Google
Hmm.
understand the entities and their attributes, their semantic role labels, for example. So same way, this is how Google understand the brand uh, and trigger the knowledge graph or knowledge panel in the search results. So I would say backlinks definitely play an important role from semantics point of view. Like brand name, if they have been being used with consistent approach, the brand name in local citations definitely, uh, you know, and then this will like help Google, also brand building. If like someone like reading your article on a big media website like, for example, Huffington Post, and your brand name is listed there in a structured way, for example, or unstructured way, this will also create demand or generate some brand awareness. Plus, this will let Google know about your brand. So people are not like even trying to think about like using brand anchors. So I would say this is a big mistake they are doing.
For sure, for sure. And along with brand anchors, a very lesser known strategy or option will be to use the name of the creator as well, the authors as well, their anchor
Okay.
text as well,
Yeah. What is
because
that
that
strategy?
so basically, okay, so the overall strategy is what you will see, especially a mistake with affiliate websites. All the articles, all the backlinks will be coming, or even the guest posts will be about your review pages or your money pages or info pages. But
Hmm.
there's no coverage about the authors. And then we talk about, that we are doing everything about EAT and we are not, we are still getting penalized. We need to, publish guest posts or articles um, that talk about the writers as well, because that builds the EAT signals. What I was surprised with was recent how I came across this thing was after the last year's November update and March update. I saw some like personal bloggers site, and they didn't get hit. I was thought for sure they're going to get hit. This mommy blogs and some of the personal finance bloggers, very tricky niche, and they did not get hit. And one unique thing I saw, a common thing I saw, was that they were getting a lot of backlinks from publications where people were talking about how good this uh, finance expert is, and not talking per se about his website, but about this person. And that's building, in my opinion, a lot of credibility, a lot of EAT factors, and giving Google the right
Hmm.
signals about the expertise of this person. And I think we should definitely implement that. There's another site I've seen, I cannot disclose the name. It's a well-known SEO brand, and this person gets a lot of links with his name as the anchor text as well, even though his name and the website, his SEO website, is different, but a lot of backlinks he gets with his name on the backlink. So that's a strategy we can use for building guest posts or building backlinks, and for your anchor text selection as well.
Yeah, nice, nice. Same way it will work like as working for your brand entity, your author or you're the creator, content creator, you are also an entity. For example, I've like read a couple of times the qualitative guidelines that actually the human writers who assess the quality of content based on some factors. So in that it was like explicitly mentioned what is the main content of the website. Okay. Then what is the creator of that content on the website. So Google identifies the creator first of all, right? And then Google go further deep into about the like expertise, experience, certification, anything, the EAT of that author,
Hmm.
why it's like why he's like a credible choice in the first place to rank on that specific niche, for example YMYL or uh, any more niches like metric niches, for example EAT. Okay, so I would definitely agree here. And by the way, there is one tip, for example, they can get link from the author bios, like under guest post the card, like mentioning the name of the author who written this post. I think that's the best place to get link from. But you need to do some diversification, and maybe within the content as well you can get some citations, like I don't know, but just author bios that will not maybe work. What do you think?
Just yeah, at least working with some of really smart SEOs. Earlier, actually, when I started doing link building, I was getting links in the author bio, and then these SEOs taught me that okay, don't go straight up in just the author bio. We want first in the content. Some links for diversification is good to get from the author bio, but the strategy of just getting from the author bio, I think that, in my opinion, it's not very helpful. Or
Mhm.
again, from each point of view, some to establish trust factors and all that. For that, for that point of view, you can do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great, great conversation going so far. And I think you said there's a separate anchor text strategy for EMD as compared to, for example, branded domain, right? And do you
Mm.
think there's some difference in link building campaign for for a local SEO brand as well?
For local SEO, I would not a very diversified. I think two things we will be careful of. One is, or instead of saying careful, we two things that we want to focus on. One is very quality citations in your local area, like directories and relevant niche specific directories. uh, that will build give you the right signals. So that's really important. I think my friend Umar Faizan from Growth Winners, he is very good with that. So definitely check some of his videos of he has published on YouTube of how to build uh, niche specific citations and in your area. So that quality citations, that will be number one focus. The other one will be getting local domains for your backlinks as well. By local domains, I mean, let's say your site is in Australia. Okay, you are in the Australian region. You can be getting a lot of .com backlinks, great. But to establish more local authority, try to get backlinks from .au, .com.au domains. Now these domains are very very hard to get, so don't go about, okay, I want only DR 45,000, 5,000 plus traffic. Even if you get DR5 with 300 plus traffic, but it's quality decent site, that link will pass on a lot of value to your local website. So that will be my two strategies for a local website, local local website.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Yeah, nice addition, by the way. You know, since I like started creating content on YouTube, especially, there's a lot of people coming in my DMs under YouTube videos. Okay, how do we proceed topic authority for local SEO? There's still some confusion. People are not sure about local is also getting competitive in
Hmm.
almost every city, or even if it's like small town. So people are like knowing SEO. So this is a good differentiator which you like mentioned. If you like just two strategies or tips you apply, maybe the rest of the like 90% are not aware of this. You apply this, you will get some advantage or edge over the other. So I guess that's good addition. And I think uh, one thing I would like to ask, like we have heard a lot about image link building, and some people have like some strategies as well, and they're good. But how do you approach image link building, and is there any secret source or behind it?
Okay, so I think image link building started off in a very black hat way. So uh, I'll not cover that part. I'll cover a very white hat way of building image backlinks. So
Sure.
how you in a very simple way, let's say you are in the supplements niche or health and protein supplements niche. So what we will do is we'll first do some research around topics related to health and fitness and supplements, and we will see what kind of topics have or what kind of topics have a lot of articles written about it. So easiest way is use the content explorer of Ahrefs, because it gives you a graph of each year how many articles are being published on this particular topic. So use different keywords related to health, and you'll find, okay, these are some topics where every year more and more topics are being written. Now we'll take those keywords and we'll create some images. So images related to diet, fitness, keto, paleo, and all these different topics around health and fitness. We will create images around it, and then we will upload them on free image hosting sites like Unsplash, Pixabay, pixels, and there are more, but these are three big ones. And then when you are creating those profiles, make sure you use your brand's name in the user profile username, and also mention in the description that all images are created by your website's name. Now
Yeah.
and then you leave your and add appropriate, when you're uploading the images, add appropriate hashtags and descriptions, and then let those images sit. After 5 6 months, you will see, okay, the downloads are increasing on those images. Then what you do is do image reverse image search, and see which all sites have started using your images, and then reach out to them for requesting them to give you a backlink. The I think the most critical part in this image outreach is the way you reach out to a person and ask for a backlink, because if you're aggressive, they can complain to Unsplash or any whichever platform you have hosted the link, and your profile can get banned, and they can straight up say no to you as well. So you have to be very polite, and and you have to be very smart in the way you approach them, thank them, and they say, hey, can you help me by giving me a backlink for this link. The proof is on the site that all images are created by my site. So that's how image out works, and that's how you can yeah, get some quality backlinks from sites that don't sell any kind of link insertions or guest posts. Like we got links from even Healthline and Fast Company, and I think Entrepreneur as well, using this kind of approach. It takes a lot of time. So yeah,
Yeah,
this is
this is what I'm
you
thinking.
create images in bulk, and do your research. The keyword research part, the topic research part is important. Do it well. Publish high quality links. The kind of images you create, that's also critical, because it has to be in landscape mode, and has to be bright, and shouldn't have a lot of words filled up already. Because see, from the point of view of, will a author use my image in his article or not? If it is, and even better if it has some white space, so authors can write something, edit and enhance that image for their banner. So these are some pointers. So create in bulk and leave it, and then hopefully, like in 5 6 months, you'll see a lot of downloads in your profile, for your images.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds good. And by the way, how do you track which person has used which image? Is there any like tool, or how do you track this?
I think the simplest and best way is Google image search. You just upload
You
that
do it
image in. Yeah,
you
so Google
do
has that image search.
manually for each image?
Yes, manually. We used to use a few tools, but then end of the day we found out that those tools are not very comprehensive, because they are using Google's API, which is not giving all results. So best is to do it manually.
Manual.
So we have an SOP, and VA does it manually, and it's the most efficient way to spot images.
Yeah, yeah. I think this strategy, I swear, like I never seen someone working on this strategy before. There was some strategy like Harrows or like reverse Harrow kind of that thing, but this is insane. And the real deal is the real deal here is like to not work on the strategies or techniques on which everyone is like, or every competitor is working on. For example, traditional link building, guest post, link, it's like common. You read best link building techniques, you these two are like ranking in top. So everyone is like doing same, everyone like getting in the same bubble. You need to be like, for example, trying some unique thing. For example, if definitely unique things take time because you are doing it for the first
Yeah.
time. You never know what's the best roadmap. You try it, you experience yourself, and then you figure it out, and then you scale further. So I think this is a very cool strategy, and obviously context as well. You can get some help from that thing as well. So, and brand awareness as well, this overall thing can contribute to that thing as well. So
Ab-
cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you have semantic knowledge, you can create such a broad topic map to create images as well. So as I said, for the protein supplements website, I mean, the easiest is to create images around health. But then, if you are thinking from the point of view of a semantics expert, there are so many topics that you can add, and then you do a bit of research, and you can have a very diversified set of images that you can create, and it will just increase more and more chances of not only getting backlinks but also drive relevance from different websites as well. Different sites that are using your images. All When all of them will start linking to your site, you will get trust signals from so many websites, from a very diversified network, which will be a solid point ranking factor for you.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. And by the way, Jabez, I think conversation is going very good so far. Kudos to you to share these secret insights like publicly, because no one like shares these techniques online. So I must appreciate this, by the way. And
I'm glad. I'm glad I can have this conversation because, as I said earlier, I was quite nervous because I cannot talk fluff with semantic expert, and I'm always very careful of what to share because semantics expert, they go really deep. They will find out every fact, and yep. So I've really enjoyed talking so far with you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Same here, by the way. Okay, nice. I think like we discussed some mistakes that people are making with maybe with their anchor text or anything like related with that. So, but if I ask you to summarize the top mistakes that someone needs to avoid, right, in terms of link building, what top five or top three mistakes would be in your based on your experience?
I think number one mistake or something that I have to tell the most to my clients to avoid is go slow. They get some kind of funding, or they're excited, or uh, their money pages starts ranking well, so they want to double down on that. So we covered this before as well. uh, Go slow with your l- link building, like gradually increase, if especially if it's a new site. If it's a big site, you're already in a competitive niche, go start hammering. That's fine. But uh yeah, it should be a linear graph, and gradual increase of your backlink quantity. The other one will be, again, pointers that we have discussed earlier. Go natural with your anchor text suggestion as well. And I think the third mistake is people thinking that only DR60 plus sites will work, or DR 70 plus sites with 1 million traffic. Only those kind of sites will work. That's a
Yeah.
straight up myth. Sites with DR5 and even 500 traffic, but quality relevant sites, will give you a good boost as well. So these will be my top three, I think, suggestions or things to avoid.
Yeah, yeah, nice. All right. So, Jabez, anything missed in our conversation you would like to add?
I think uh, if there's anything missed, we should do another podcast. But I think we've covered a lot for people to chew on in this, and it's been an excellent conversation with you. And then I have to do a lot of homework on the topics we have discussed out of this call as well, or how we can test more with semantics and link building to
Yeah,
create backlinks from a very different point of view that gives a very long lasting effect.
yeah, yeah. I think trends are changing. The search engines are learning basically and advancing day by day, and you should be always need to be stay ahead at least one step like than the search
Yeah.
engine. And your competitors basically your so I would say even if you're like working on link building or if you're working on any facet or discipline like content creation, anything or social media strategy, if you're like for example following the traditional things, traditional means what everyone knows, what everyone is doing, That's I say traditional, by the way. Most of the people are like
Yeah.
asking, okay, you say traditional SEO versus semantic SEO. What is
Yeah.
traditional SEO? They even don't know about traditional. They say, okay, what works, okay. So it's like creating a balance with what I understood so far based on my experience, and it's like creating a balance with some page rank and some with link juice, and increasing the overall quality of your website in terms of the information by providing most quality information, and then spreading the context of information and getting validation from the top sources or top authoritative websites out there on the internet. So I think this is the win-win situation that you need in 2024 or beyond.
For sure. For sure. And the one word will be balance. Create a balance with everything, and you can even in this age of AI and so much competition, you can still keep on increasing in your traffic graph or your overall brand growth if you're doing everything in a balanced way.
Nice. And Jab is where people can follow you.
I've just started being active on LinkedIn, so I think LinkedIn is a great way because I post a lot of my stuff there, things that I'm testing and trying out, things that are working. I think LinkedIn will be the best way to connect, even Facebook. And other than that, people can find information on our theblueprints.co website or our SaaS linkwriter.io. So yeah, those
All
are the
right.
channels where people can find me.
All right. Jabez, thank you so much for sharing your insights and practical experiences with the audience today, and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Amit. Thank you for having me on the show. Cheers.